Hey folks, this is Eric Walls, field agronomist with Sun Ag. This week on Fieldside Chats, we're going to take a look at early season stand counts. We're also going to stage plants in both corn and soybeans, GDUs to date, and what pests might be out there. Let's start off with taking stand counts. We're going to measure out 17 feet 5 inches, and then we're going to go along and count each of the plants per row. Take that times 1,000, and that reflects how many plants we have out there. So the grower planted this at around 34,000. So let's see what he actually came up with. He's at 29,000 on the first row. He's at 33 on the next row. So 29,000 and 33,000 were his. So that would make an average of 31,000 for this stand. Now's a good time to take a look at the gaps that we have out here and determine if it was a lack of seed or if it was a seed that's maybe rotted or what other reason, if there was a crust there to prevent it. So we'll dig up. We got a pretty good gap right here. I want to take a look at why that might be. All right, so we're going to count from our last plant. The last plant is a runt. It's obviously been set back, so it's going to be a weed in the future. But let's measure over about 6 inches and see if there was a seed there or if it's a gap. Not seeing a seed there, so we'll go over to the next gap. Looks like in both of these gaps we have just planter error. So next we want to stage our corn plant. The first leaf will always have a blunt tip to it, so that's V1. It's tattered from the wind. The second one, it'll have a sharp tip, and so will the rest, but it's also tattered. 2, 3, and then 4. So this is a V4 plant, and remember we want to make sure we have collars, formed collars on it, so we have 4 formed collars. Up to about V10, it takes about 80 GDUs to have another fully formed leaf. In the coming week, we're going to have about 90 GDUs, so over the next 7 days, you're going to see another leaf fully formed. Over the 2-week period, it's closer to like 200 GDUs on the current forecast, so we'll have a little over two new leaves out there. So dug up a plant, tried to wash them off a little bit here just so you can get some context for what we're looking at, but we probably broke off some of the roots. Up to about V5, the corn's roots are growing about 1/3 of an inch per day, so obviously we've broken off quite a bit based on the length here. But after V5, they'll start going about 1.2 inches a day. Got plenty of moisture. The thing to know about roots, they grow with moisture, not to moisture. So we've got plenty of that. So the roots are looking pretty good, growing down. Don't see any issues with compaction or anything with these. So we're going to stage this soybean plant. Now that we have trifoliates fully opened, we'll start at the bottom and look for the first fully open trifoliates. We have one here, and then we have one right above it, fully open. So this plant's at V2. So the plant, as it gets larger, the cotyledons will start to wither and fall off, and so too will the unifoliates with time. But now that we have fully formed trifoliates, we'll only count those in our staging from here forward. Expect to see a new trifoliate about every 5 days, depending on temperature. But with what we're seeing right now, probably about every 5 days we'll have a new trifoliate exposed. See a lot of tattering on the leaves. We've had a lot of wind, obviously, since Saturday or so. So that's what we're seeing. I have not found any insect feeding at this time, but just a lot of wind tearing of the leaves. So you can see a couple nodules have already formed. If they're healthy, there'll be a pink to a red color on the inside. So it's got a pink color to it. So that's a healthy nodule that's able to help fix nitrogen from the atmosphere. All right, to wrap up this week, we want to talk about pests that might be out in your corn and soybean fields. Currently in soybeans, have not found anything on the leaves other than the damage that the winds caused. Bean leaf beetle could be out. They'll always have a black triangle behind their neck, and they'll leave tiny little holes in the bean leaves. They may be just below the soil line this time of year, but we are at the point where they are out. In regards to corn, everything should be below ground right now that's feeding. So you might have white grubs, wireworms, seed corn maggots, possibly grape colopsis feeding on roots. In the coming week, we're going to start to see the larvae of the black cutworm reach a size that's going to be big enough to start cutting plants. So about May 22nd, based off of traps that we had out towards the end of March, that would be the first cutting date. Thanks for watching this week. Next week, we're going to come back to this same field. This field's scheduled for a post-herbicide application based on the water hemp size out here. So we're going to take a look and see what kind of efficacy we had out of our post-herbicide application. We'll see you then.